When I announced my pregnancy, my mother-in-law suspected it was an affair child and tried to poison my hubby's mind. She was determined to prove it and started following me on my way to work one day. So I decided to make a detour. My mother-in-law was shocked when she realized I was aware of her dark secret as I parked my car outside this house. Please don't let anyone know about this. Hey everyone, I'm Anna, 27, female, and up until recently, I thought I was living a real life fairy tale. I met my Prince Charming, Nathan, at a mutual friend's wedding. Now, I'm not going to lie, I'm not one to dance. But the second I locked eyes with Nathan across that dance floor, I knew I had to shoot my shot. Our first interaction went something like this. They never taught us how to cha-cha slide in elementary school. Don't worry, I'm here to save you. He came over and gently guided my steps. I swear I felt electricity the moment he touched my hand. Cheesy, I know, but it's true. After the wedding, we started dating and things moved pretty quickly, like super quickly. We got engaged after just 6 months and married 6 months after that. I know, it sounds crazy when I say it out loud, but when you know, right? Not everyone was thrilled about our whirlwind romance, though. Enter Yvette, my mother-in-law, and the star villain of this story. From day one, she made it clear that she thought we were moving too fast. Don't you think you should take more time to get to know each other? This isn't traditional at all. With all due respect, Yvette, Nathan and I are adults. We know what we want. Well, I suppose time will tell. Mom, please, can't you just be happy for us? Of course, dear. I just want what's best for you. Spoiler alert, time did tell, and it turns out Nathan and I were right. We've been happily married for 3 years now. But Yvette, she never quite got on board the Anna and Nathan train. At first, it was just little things, passive-aggressive comments about my cooking, backhanded compliments about my appearance, that sort of thing. But as the years went by, her dislike for me seemed to grow. It got to the point where family gatherings felt like walking into a minefield. I remember one particularly tense Thanksgiving dinner. Oh, Anna, you've outdone yourself. It's almost as good as store-bought. Thanks, Yvette. I actually made it from scratch. Did you know? How ambitious of you. It's delicious, honey. Mom, can you pass the cranberry sauce? Fast forward to a few months ago. Nathan and I had some big news to share. I was pregnant. We were over the moon excited and decided to announce it at a family dinner we were hosting. The night of the dinner, I was a bundle of nerves. We'd invited both our families, and I could feel Yvette's eyes boring into me from the moment she walked in. But I was determined not to let her ruin our big moment. After the main course, Nathan clinked his glass and stood up. Everyone, Anna and I have an announcement to make. We're having a baby. The room erupted in cheers and congratulations. Well, almost the entire room. I looked over at Yvette, and I swear her face turned about 50 shades of purple. Without saying a word, she grabbed her purse and stormed out of the house. Talk about a mood killer, right? Nathan was furious. He went after her, and I could hear them arguing outside. Mom, what the hell was that about? Nathan, don't you think this is all happening a bit fast? Are you sure about this? Sure about what? Having a baby with my wife? Yes, Mom, I'm pretty damn sure. I just think you should be careful, that's all. You know what? Just go home, Mom. We'll talk about this later. When he came back in, he looked defeated. What happened? She says she needs time to process. I don't get it, Anna. Why can't she just be happy for us? It broke my heart to see Nathan so torn up. For the first time, he was really seeing his mom's true colors. And it wasn't pretty, but I could tell it was eating him up inside. I'm sorry, babe. I know this isn't how you wanted tonight to go. It's not your fault. I just wish she could see how happy we are. Being the amazing wife that I am, if I do say so myself, I decided to extend an olive branch to Yvette. Maybe if we could talk one on one, we could clear the air and figure out what her problem was. So I invited her over for tea one afternoon while Nathan was at work. And let me tell you, that was a mistake of epic proportions. At first, things were awkwardly polite. We made small talk about the weather and her garden, but then I decided to bite the bullet and address the elephant in the room. Yvette, I can't help but notice that you seemed upset about our pregnancy announcement. Is everything okay? Okay, no, everything is not okay, Anna. How could it be? I don't understand. Most people would be excited about becoming a grandmother. Most people aren't watching their son throw his life away on a cheetah. I nearly choked on my tea. Did she really just say what I think she said? Excuse me? What are you talking about? Don't play dumb with me, Anna. I know that baby isn't Nathan's. Who's the real father, huh? Some guy from work? An old flame? I was absolutely floored. Where was all this coming from? I had never given her any reason to think I was cheating on Nathan. Heck, I'd never even looked at another guy since the day we met. Yvette, I don't know where you're getting these ideas, but I can assure you they're completely false. I love Nathan, and this baby is 100% his. Please, you two barely knew each other when you got married, and now conveniently you're pregnant? It doesn't add up, Anna. What doesn't add up is your complete lack of faith in your son and his choices. Nathan and I love each other, and we're thrilled about this baby. Why can't you just be happy for us? Happy? You want me to be happy about my son being duped? I raised him better than this. But she wasn't having it. The more I tried to defend myself, the more worked up she got. It quickly devolved into a full-blown argument, with Yvette hurling accusations and me trying desperately to maintain my composure. You know what, Yvette? I've tried to be patient. I've tried to understand where you're coming from, but this is crossing a line. You don't get to come into my home and accuse me of cheating on your son. Oh, so now it's your home. You've certainly made yourself comfortable, haven't you? I think it's time for you to leave, Yvette. I won't sit here and be insulted in my own home. Fine, but mark my words, Anna, the truth always comes out eventually. And with that lovely parting shot, she stormed out of the house for the second time in as many weeks. As I watched her car peel out of the driveway, I felt a mix of anger, hurt, and confusion. What the hell was her problem? That night, after filling Nathan in on the disastrous tea party, I made a decision. If Yvette wanted to play dirty, two could play at that game. It was time to find out what exactly was making my mother-in-law tick, and maybe uncover a few skeletons in her closet while I was at it. I can't believe she said those things to you. I'm so sorry, Anna. It's not your fault, but Nathan, I think there's something more going on here. Your mom's behavior, it's not normal. I know. I just don't know what to do about it. What if we tried to find out what's really going on with her? What do you mean? I was thinking maybe we could hire a private investigator. A PI, isn't that a bit extreme? Maybe, but don't you want to know why she's acting this way? I do, but investigating my own mother, it feels wrong. I know it does, but there's something going on that's making her act this way. Don't we owe it to ourselves and to her to find out what it is? After a long discussion, Nathan reluctantly agreed. The next day, I did something I never thought I'd do. I hired a private investigator. I know it sounds crazy, but I was desperate to understand why Yvette was so hell-bent on destroying my marriage. The PI, a no-nonsense woman named Jess, got to work right away, and for a few weeks, life went on as normal. Well, as normal as it could be with a pregnant wife, a stressed-out husband, and a mother-in-law on the warpath. Yvette, had apparently decided that if she couldn't convince me to confess my non existent infidelity, she'd go straight to the source. Nathan started coming home from work looking more and more frustrated. I don't know what to do, Anna. My mom keeps calling me, telling me I need to get a paternity test. She's convinced you're lying about the baby. And what do you think? I think my mom has lost her mind. I trust you completely, Anna. I just wish I knew why she was doing this. I know, babe, me too, but we'll figure it out, okay? Yeah, we will, together. About a month after I hired her, Jess called with some news that turned everything upside down. Anna, you're going to want to sit down for this. What is it? What did you find? Your mother-in-law, she's been hiding a pretty big secret. At first, I thought she might have a younger boy toy on the side, but it turns out she has another son. Wait, what? Are you saying Nathan has a brother he doesn't know about? That's exactly what I'm saying. An illegitimate son born about 25 years ago. She's been keeping him hidden all this time. How how is that even possible? How did you find out? It wasn't easy, but I managed to track down some old hospital records and then I followed the paper trail. Trust me, your mother-in-law went to great lengths to keep this under wraps. I felt like I'd been hit by a truck. Yvette, the woman who was so obsessed with tradition and propriety, had a secret love child. It was almost too much to process. Jess gave me all the details, the son's name, Don, where he lived, and even a photo. I thanked her, hung up the phone, and just sat there in shock for a good half hour. Part of me wanted to tell Nathan right away, but another part, the part that was still hurt and angry about Yvette's accusations, wanted to hold on to this information, to wait for the perfect moment to reveal it. Little did I know that moment would come sooner than I expected. As the weeks went by, Yvette's behavior got more and more erratic. She was calling Nathan constantly, sending him links to articles about paternity fraud and even showing up at his office unannounced to talk some sense into him. I tried to keep my cool, to be the bigger person, but it was getting harder and harder, especially with pregnancy hormones throwing my emotions into overdrive. Then one morning, as I was driving to work, I noticed something odd. A car that looked suspiciously like Yvette's was following me. At first, I thought I was being paranoid, but after a few too many coincidental turns, I knew. My mother-in-law was straight up stalking me. Now, the same person might have called the cops or maybe confronted her directly. But remember those pregnancy hormones I mentioned? Yeah, they had other ideas. At that moment, I decided to take a little detour. And by detour, I mean I drove straight to the address Jess had given me. The home of Don, Yvette's secret son. As I pulled up to the modest suburban house, I could see Yvette's car in my rear view mirror. She looked absolutely furious. Good. I got out of my car, making sure to take my time. I could hear Yvette's car door slam behind me. Anna, what do you think you're doing? How do you know about this place? Oh, hello, Yvette. Fancy meeting you here. Out for a morning drive? I was just, never mind that. What are you doing here? Well, since you seem so concerned about my comings and goings, I thought I'd introduce you to someone. You two have a lot in common, actually. Just then, the front door of the house opened. A young man who looked remarkably like Nathan stepped out, confusion written all over his face. Can I help you? Mom? Hi, you must be Dawn. I'm Anna, your sister-in-law. I believe you already know Yvette, your mother. The look on Yvette's face was priceless. It was like watching someone's entire world implode in slow motion. Anna, please, you don't know what you're doing. Please don't let anyone know about this. Oh, you mean like how you've been telling everyone that my baby isn't Nathan's? You know what they say about karma. Wait, what? Sister-in-law? What the hell is going on? Don, sweetheart, I can explain everything. This woman, she doesn't know what she's talking about. Oh, I think I know exactly what I'm talking about. Why don't we all sit down and have a nice family chat? Yeah, I think that's a good idea because I'm completely lost here. I took a deep breath and launched into the whole sordid tale. How Yvette had been hiding Don's existence from Nathan for 25 years. How she'd been accusing me of cheating and trying to break up my marriage. By the time I was done, Don looked shell shocked and Yvette was practically hyperventilating. So, let me get this straight. I have a brother I never knew about? And you have been lying to everyone for 25 years? Don, please. Don, I know this is a lot to take in. I only found out recently myself, and Nathan still doesn't know. This is insane. I always knew there was something off about my childhood, but this? Anna, please, we can talk about this. I'll stop saying those things about you, I promise. Just let's keep this between us. No can do, Yvette. In fact, I think it's time we got Nathan in on this little family reunion, don't you? As I dialed Nathan's number, Yvette looked like she was about to pass out. Don, to his credit, was handling things remarkably well for a guy who just found out his whole life was a lie. Hey, babe, what's up? Hey, honey, listen, I need you to meet me at an address I'm going to text you. It's important. Is everything okay? Is it the baby? The baby's fine. Just trust me on this one, okay? Remember that PI I hired? Yeah, I'm so sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but you're going to want to see this. All right, if you say so. Text me the address and I'll be there as soon as I can. After I hung up, we all just stood there in awkward silence. Yvette kept opening her mouth like she wanted to say something, then closing it again. Don had sat down on his front steps, head in his hands. So, my brother, what's he like? Nathan? He's great. Kind, funny, loyal. You two actually look a lot alike. They have the same eyes. We all turned to look at her, and she shrank back as if realizing she'd said too much. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, Nathan's car pulled up. The look of confusion on his face when he saw us all standing there was almost comical. Anna, Mom, what's going on? Who's this? Nathan, honey, meet Don, your brother. I swear, you could have heard a pin drop in that moment. Nathan looked from me to Don, to Yvette, his face a mix of shock, confusion, and dawning anger. My what? Hey, bro, this is kind of weird for me too. Nathan, sweetheart, I can explain. Explain? Explain? You've been hiding the fact that I have a brother for 25 years, and you think you can just explain it away? Maybe we should take this inside. I think we all have a lot to talk about. Yeah, good idea. Come on in. I guess mi casa es su casa, bro. So that's how we ended up in Don's living room. Me, my husband, my mother-in-law, and the secret brother-in-law I'd never known existed. Talk about an awkward family gathering. Over the next 4 hours, the whole story came out. How Yvette had had an affair years ago, resulting in Don's birth. How she'd kept him a secret from everyone, including her husband and Nathan. How she'd been paying Don's father hush money all these years to keep quiet. Did Dad know? No, no one knew. I was afraid of losing everything. Yeah, well, how do you think I felt growing up without a real family? I'm so sorry. I had no idea. It's not your fault, man. We're both victims here. I never meant to hurt anyone. I thought I was protecting you both. Protecting them by lying to them their entire lives? As the truth spilled out, I could see the pain and betrayal on Nathan's face. All those years of thinking he was an only child, of trusting his mother, it was all built on lies. I can't do this right now. I need some air. He stormed out of the house, and after a moment's hesitation, I followed him. I found him sitting on the curb, head in his hands. Hey, you okay? Okay. My whole life just got turned upside down, Anna. How could she do this? How could she lie to all of us for so long? I don't know, babe. I really don't. How did you even find out about all of this? I told him everything the PI told me, and he was absolutely floored by what he found. I can't believe you went to all that trouble. I'm sorry my mom put you through all of this, Anna. And I'm sorry I ever doubted you, even for a second. Hey, it's okay. We're in this together, remember? For better or for worse. And I should be the one apologizing. You just got your whole world turned upside down. Yeah, I guess this falls under the for worse category, huh? We sat there for a while, just processing everything. Finally, Nathan stood up, helping me to my feet. I guess we should go back in there and figure out what to do next. Whatever you decide, I'm with you 100%. As we walked back to the house, Nathan stopped and looked at me. You know, for someone who's supposed to be taking it easy during pregnancy, you sure know how to stir up drama. What can I say? I'm talented like that. We went back inside to find Don and Yvette in a heated discussion. Don, please try to understand. I was young and scared. I didn't know what to do. Don shook his head, his jaw clenched. That doesn't excuse hiding me for 25 years. Do you have any idea what it was like growing up, always feeling like something was missing? Yvette reached out to touch his arm, but Don flinched away. I thought I was protecting you, protecting everyone. Your father, Nathan's father. He would have been devastated if he knew. So you lied to everyone, including me. My whole life has been built on a lie, Mom. Yvette turned to Nathan, tears welling in her eyes. Nathan, sweetheart, I never meant to hurt you. I love you so much. I was just trying to keep our family together. By tearing another family apart? You know what's ironic, Mom? You've been accusing Anna of the exact same thing you did. You've been hounding her, insisting she must have cheated, when you're the one who had an affair and hid a child. Yvette's face crumpled. That's different. I was young. I made a mistake. And Anna's young too, but unlike you, she hasn't done anything wrong. She's been faithful and honest, and you've been tormenting her for months. Seeing Nathan's anger, Yvette turned to me with desperation in her eyes. Anna, surely you can understand, being a mother now yourself, you know we sometimes make difficult choices to protect our children. I crossed my arms, unmoved by Yvette's plea. No, Yvette, I don't understand. Being a mother means being there for your child, not abandoning them and lying to everyone for decades. And it certainly doesn't mean accusing innocent people of infidelity to cover your own guilt. Yvette's shoulders sagged. I don't know what else to say. I'm sorry to all of you. I know it doesn't fix anything, but I am truly sorry. Sorry doesn't cut it, Mom. You've betrayed all of us. Me, Dad, Don, even Anna. How are we supposed to trust anything you say now? Don nodded in agreement. Yeah, how do we know this is even the whole truth? Are there any other siblings out there we should know about? Yvette shook her head vehemently. No, I swear. Don is the only one. Please, you have to believe me. That's the problem, Mom. We don't have to believe you. You've lost that right. You've been lying to all of us for all these years. How are we ever supposed to trust you again? You walk in every room thinking you're all high and mighty, and this is how you act? That's embarrassing. And we're all just supposed to do what now, huh? Were you planning on hiding this forever? Taking this to your grave? I placed a comforting hand on Nathan's arm. I think what Nathan means is that trust needs to be rebuilt. It's going to take time and effort on your part, Yvette. Yvette nodded, wiping tears from her cheeks. I understand. I'll do whatever it takes. Therapy, family counseling, anything. I just want a chance to make things right. Dawn sighed heavily. I don't know if things can ever be completely right, but I guess we can try. It's not like I've got anything to lose at this point. Nathan looked at his newfound brother and then back at his mother. We'll take it one day at a time, but Mom, you need to understand. Things will never be the same. You can't undo 25 years of lies overnight. Yvette nodded solemnly. But I'm your mother. You two should show me more respect than this. You can't just waltz in here and expect everything to be okay. You abandoned me. You lied to us. I didn't abandon you, Dawn. I made sure you were taken care of. I couldn't be there myself. All right, let's all calm down. We need to figure out where we go from here. What do you think, bro? You want to grab a beer sometime and catch up on 25 years of brotherly bonding? You know what? That doesn't sound half bad. So you boys are going to give this a chance? Don and I might try to build a relationship, Mom, but you and me, that's going to take a lot more time and a hell of a lot of therapy. And I think it goes without saying that your accusations about me and the baby were completely out of line. I know. I'm sorry, Anna. I was projecting my own guilt onto you. It wasn't fair. We spent the next few hours hashing things out. It wasn't pretty, and there were plenty of tears and raised voices. But by the end of it, we had at least come to some sort of understanding. Nathan and Don exchanged numbers, agreeing to meet up soon to get to know each other better. Yvette promised to give us all some space while she worked on herself and her issues. And me? Well, I was just glad the truth was finally out. As we were leaving, Don pulled me aside. Hey, sis-in-law, thanks for, blowing up everyone's lives today. In a weird way, I think you did us all a favor. Anytime, bro-in-law. Welcome to the family drama. The drive home was quiet, both Nathan and I lost in our thoughts. Finally, as we pulled into our driveway, Nathan spoke up. Anna, I want you to know I'm glad you did what you did. Finding out about Dawn, about my mom's lies, it hurts like hell, but I needed to know the truth. I'm just sorry it had to come out this way. Are you going to be okay? Eventually, yeah. It's going to take time, but at least now I know the truth. And hey, I gained a brother out of all this mess. That's true. And our kid's going to have a cool uncle they never knew existed. There's that silver lining. As we walked into our house, I couldn't help but feel a mix of emotions. Relief that the truth was out, sadness for the pain it had caused, but also hope for the future. Our little family was about to get bigger in more ways than one. It's been a year since the day our family secrets came tumbling out. A lot has changed since then. Nathan and Dawn have been slowly building a relationship, getting to know each other as brothers. It's been awkward at times, but it's also been beautiful to watch. Yvette, well, she's been trying. She's in therapy now, working on her issues. We're not close, and I don't know if we ever will be. But at least she's not accusing me of cheating anymore. Baby steps, right? As for me and Nathan, we're doing great. Our little one arrived 6 months ago. A beautiful, healthy baby girl. And let me tell you, watching Nathan and Dawn bond over being uncles, it almost makes all the drama worth it. Life isn't perfect. We've still got a lot of healing to do as a family, but we're working on it, one day at a time. And you know what? I wouldn't have it any other way. So there you have it, folks, my wild tale of family secrets, pregnancy drama, and unexpected brothers. If there's one thing I've learned from all of this, it's that the truth really does set you free, even if it makes a mess along the way. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got a family dinner to plan. Don's bringing his new girlfriend, and I've got a feeling Yvette might try to crash. Wish me luck. Something tells me our family drama is far from over.